So today we are on the 61st day of the practice of the Bhagavad Gita. And I have chosen two shlokas which go together. We'll do one at a time. Today we'll do just one of them. And they are the shloka number 18 and 19 of the 12th Adhyay. Let's read it. Sama shatrau cha mitre cha tatha manapamanayo shitoshna sukhadukkeshu samasanga vivarjita tulya ninda stutir mauni santushto yena kenachit aniketa stira matir Bhaktiman me priyo nara. As you know, we are going through the shlokas that in which Bhagavan is telling Arjun what are the qualities of a bhakt which make that bhakt dear to me. So let's see what these shlokas tell us. He who deals equally with friend and foe and is the same in honor and ignominy, who is alike in heat and cold, pleasure and pain, and other contrary experiences, and is free from attachment. He who takes praise and reproach alike, and is given to contemplation, and is contented with any means of subsistence available, entertaining no sense of ownership and attachment in respect of his dwelling place, and is full of devotion to me, that person is dear to me. Wow. So many more lakshans. Already we have done 25 lakshans, 25 qualities of a dear bhakt. So these are all like signs for us. These are all indications for us to follow if we want to evolve in our spiritual life. These two shlokas today give us 10 more lakshans, but I will do only 5 today because we always do 5 action points or 5 being points. Today, 5 being points of how to become dear to Bhagavan. The first one says, the one who's dear to me deals equally with friend and foe. Sama shatrau cha mitre. Now, if you are on the path of spirituality, you have been attending satsangs, you have been studying Bhagavad Gita 10 years, 12 years, you will understand by now that in essence, each one of us is Atma. Right? Not this body or this mind or this intellect, which appears to be real. So what is it that makes this body-mind equipment work? How does it function? It functions in a particular way depending on the predominant guna in that person at any given time. So everyone is divine in essence, but helplessly, before you realize yourself as divine, you are helplessly pushed into any activity depending on your particular guna at that moment, right? So when someone behaves in a particular way, knowing that the gunas are responsible, we as people who have studied this, who have understood this, need not label them as a friend or as a foe, enemy. We have to be more compassionate towards those people who are helplessly driven to action depending on their prevalent guna at any given time. Secondly, a person could be good towards you. A person may not be so good towards you, however they are, whatever they are behaving, however they may be, they will incur a suitable karma, right? If they are not behaving well, they will meet certain outcomes. If they are behaving well, if they are doing some good, they will get some other result. That is their karma, right? Now, if you react to that behavior, you will also get karma. So therefore, it is best to treat everyone with equipoise, treating both equally. Bhagavan says, deal equally with friend and foe. So what should you do? Understand gunas are working, have compassion, and gladly accept the person for whatever they are and what are they? Atma. Don't go with the outside, covering, because you know better. You know better, right? Everybody is the way they are at that particular moment. Second, Bhagavan says, be the same in honor and ignominy. Ignominy means shame. Our lower intellect, that means the intellect which we are not using correctly for the purpose for which it has been given to you, when we use the lower intellect, we like to judge others and we like to give labels to them. We will label them as honorable, or we may label them as shameful. However you label them, it is a work of your lower intellect. So honor and shame, as mentioned over here, are just representatives. They are just examples of concepts with which we label others with our lower intellect. If someone honors us, we will feel good. We will feel proud. If someone insults us, we will feel hurt. We will be ashamed. We will be disturbed. The person who's judging is also using intellect, and our reaction is also going by the work of the intellect. But a person who has good understanding, like all of you, know that you need not react to whatever people say. You need not react to what people think. You need not react to whatever they conceptualize or perceive, because that is their opinion. It's not necessary that whatever they think you are. You should know who you are. Why do we feel hurt? Why do we feel ashamed? Why do we feel distressed? Because we are not yet sure of who we really are. You see, if someone says a silly thing like you are a donkey or you are a monkey, you know very well you are not a donkey. You know very well that you are not a monkey, and you will never be a donkey or you will never be a monkey, right? So why should you react? Why should you feel honored? Why should you feel proud? Why should you feel ashamed? Why should you feel hurt? You should not. Therefore, a bhakt who is dear to Bhagavan does not react to anything anyone may say or think. What do? They create a gap, and then they respond with vivek to the situation. So that is why Bhagavan says, the bhakt who is dear to me is the same, whether you throw honor to that person or you throw shame to that person. They will not react. Third, a bhakt who is dear to Bhagavan is alike in heat and cold. Shitoshna, sheet, cold, ushna, warmth. Heat and cold. Why did Bhagavan choose to say heat and cold? Because heat and cold are just experiences which represent or symbolize all experiences of the body. Just like honor and shame were two examples to represent all the concepts that people have in them. Intellect, heat and cold here represent all bodily experiences like hunger, thirst, tiredness, etc. So Bhagavan says, whether it is heat or cold, whether it is hunger or thirst, whether it is tiredness or feeling fresh and energetic, advanced sadhak knows very well that he is not the body, and therefore he does not get disturbed by any of the experiences of the body. He stays sthir, he stays kutastha, he stays still in the knowledge of I am actually Atma. How will this work? What is the sadhana that will help me become, transcend the experiences of the body? Of course, first you have to develop titiksha so that you do not get disturbed every time you're hungry, every time you're tired, every time you're thirsty. And how will you develop that titiksha? Focus on your goal. Focus on the knowledge that you are that. 4. A bhakt who is dear to Bhagavan is alike in pleasure and pain and other contrary experiences. Pleasure and pain. Which are the experiences of the mind? Pleasure and pain is not felt in the body. Though you may think that pain is of the body, it is not of the body. It is of the mind. Pleasure and pain both are experienced by the mind. And therefore, by these two words and other contrary experiences, Bhagavan is talking about all the different reactions that the mind goes through in different situations, like sadness, happiness, boredom, excitement, anger, depression, ecstatic feelings. All these things are of the mind. They are created by the mind. They are not who you really are. They are not part of Atma. So you should know, being a satsangi for so many years, that you are not the mind. The sadhak does not have to give any importance to any emotion, because that is just a fabrication of the mind. So choose the goal, stay kutast with the goal. If you are feeling happy, pain, pleasure, then realize this is just something of the mind. I want to move towards my goal. Therefore, if I have to choose something shreya instead of something priya, and that shreya gives me pain, I will choose it because it is in my highest good. If I choose priya, which is pleasurable, it may not take me to my goal. Therefore, choosing shreya over priya will help you to stay kutast, stable, sthir, silent in your actual self, rather than being, carried away by emotions of the mind. 5. The bhakt who is priya to me is the one who is free from attachments. Yesterday, we talked at length in Bhagavad Gita about how to be free from attachments. Attachments are for vishayas, material things which are in sansar. See the word vishay. Vishay contains vish, poison. Therefore, why do we say it contains poison? Because it binds you to sansar. It prevents you from freeing yourself from the cycle of life and death. So how to get over this attachment to objects which are poisonous for your spiritual goal? Change rag, attachment, to anurag. Attach to Bhagavan. Detach from sansar, attach to Bhagavan. Once you get attached to Bhagavan, getting detached from sansar and its vishayas is automatic. Okay? Understand that. You don't have to do any more sadhana. Simply attach to Bhagavan. So it's not, first you'll see what we think, first I must detach from Vishay, then I will attach to Bhagavan. No. First you attach to Bhagavan, automatically the detach from sansara will happen. So we are doing it the wrong way around. First detach. So first attach, then you will get detached. Okay. 5 points for today. Some more later.